Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Timberborn with me, Dr. Munchkin. Last time, if you have been following along, we got the Tribute to Ingenuity online. It is powered. We have these guys up here as well. We have also been working on our massive dam project over here. Now, this will allow us to hopefully have a little bit more of a reservoir to keep some water pumping. We're trying to set this up so that these guys kind of work and keep this filled enough to pump but not overflow, and then we're going to have more at the top if I look here, and these will just overflow. So these should auto close, this should fill, and then they should dump out there. That's the plan. I don't know if it's going to work like that. We'll have to see. But the beavers are working hard towards that. We also decided to get up here and set up kind of more berries, because I did notice we were starting to drop in berry. We used to have over 1,000. Now we're at 500. And that's because we do have a lot of beavers being produced at these little breeding pods. We also got more forest online just because we are always having an issue with wood. We have paused the mine just because we were having rampant injuries, and I'm pretty sure this helps to contribute to that, and I'm not happy about that in general. Also, we started building up here, and the idea that we want to do is, if I go to research, because we do need a lot of research, I could get this guy online here, and that should be powered. Should be. Yes, that would be powered. Because we need to start pushing towards 20,000. And the reason we need 20,000 is because we want to get the Earth Repopulator, which we've already kind of a priori determined is going to go up here. It's kind of nice, and I think if we did do that, yeah, it covers all the housing, so that would get every beaver. So we're going to want to do that, but we also need to get the resources for it. I have 18 beavers without jobs. That's a lot of beavers without jobs. 10 of those is because of the mine. 8 are because, well, I don't have... Yeah, we could use more jobs. This does take 8 jobs, it says up there, so that actually would be all of them. But we can't start constructing that. But you can see here we need 1,500 gears. We need 2,000 treated planks and 2,000 metals. Up here you can see we're starting to rise up on the treated planks and the old metals there, which is good. Gears, not too concerned about, but we do need wood in order to keep everything powered, so that's why we built more stuff. But today we're going to try to get more resources online and just bump everything up. Once we actually complete the monumental research required to get this, we're probably going to destroy at least 2 of these and just go down to 1. There are some research things that we could do. I'm not doing bots this particular season. Gravity batteries, no. We might be able to destroy all of them. Maybe we'll keep one up just to get like a bad water discharge and other things online, or some more housing, and single dynamite. Yeah. But as we get into this, as always, if you guys like the content, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And with that, let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, builder's hut. What do we want to do? Oh, an idea I did have that I am contemplating actually exercising is if I go ahead and do stairs up here like that, and then we just do landscaping. Something like you, and then something like you, and something like you. We can start building another farm. We did see that bit. So maybe if they start working on that, that would be good. Although we finally got this one all the way up, and so it's going to just try to fill the whole thing all the time, but it will drain out into this area. Coffee beans? We do have coffee beans, right? That's just coffee. Perfect. We're kind of full. And coffee beans, they should be on the rise, as we cannot make more coffee with that being full. So you should ultimately... Yep, you've stopped, although you have resources available. You guys are working near 100%. Oh, they are building out the scaffolding. So this requires logs, planks, and metal blocks. Metal blocks, yes, we're still producing quite a bit. I think we have 3 smelters. 1, a 2, a 3. Yes, Mr. Out. But we're kind of in a holding pattern for a little bit. I do want to do this, though, just because can't get required materials. Is it just the planks? It might just be the planks. And our beaver injuries are finally down to 1. Building less materials, construction materials. Yeah, we're starting to build all this, which is good. It did eat a little bit of research just to unlock that, because if we go to landscaping, I think this one was like 1500 research, but I went ahead and did it anyways. Suspension bridges we don't really need, but I'm really happy about this. Oh, they finally did it. So we could test. I think it's 365. Yes. And so I do auto open. It's going to auto close. And we'll see if it starts filling. It looks like it's rising. It is. All right, so we're going to auto open it. So it looks like the system will work. But I do need the walls built. They actually built over here. That's cool. Good job, Beavers. Wood is slightly holding, which is kind of nice. We're going to go ahead and increase the priority of these things just so we can try to get this dynamited so I can start eggplant production. That was the goal of whatever that is. And in fact, if I go to more landscaping, we can get a 2 there, and then we can get 3s all along here, like this. And then I just need to mark all those for destruction. And then we'll start dynamiting all this out. Actually, I'll probably need... remove that one for a little bit, just so I can put stairs here, and then we'll get a path set up so we can handle all that. Then we just need a water, and then we can get more food. Now, we're not needing food for the most part, but why not? And this will level this all the way down to this level, so that will be good. And we do have plenty of water storage, and this helps with all that. Yeah, I am happy that this will seemingly work. Especially during the night when we don't pump, this should just fill up to that level, and then not really overflow, causing that to stop. Up here, oh yeah, we also did this. We wanted to extend it out, and so we are going to get more storage up here, so I could get a large warehouse like that, and then we could get some more log piles like this, and we're just going to set the priority of these super small. This one will end up being where are they? Eggplants. There we go. And this we can just make eggplant rations. Why not? This though, we do need more metals, and we'll just go ahead and make that one metals as well. Once those are built, that will be nice. I am contemplating building this up. How long is this anyways? So if I come here and I get a super long platform, that's actually the right distance? Oh, okay, all right. We are going to do this. So we're going to come here like that, like that, like that, and then like that. So now if I do that, I can extend out this entire storage battery here, which will which will help. Low priority on that though. Don't need to be doing that right now. Kind of want them to focus on all of this stuff. I don't know if they'll be able to get all those. I might. That one, yes, and this one, yes. These two, not so much. That's probably good enough. But we are rounding the corner here. How is our wood situation doing? These trees almost growing up. That's 14. Oh, we are getting some trees popping up. What about down here? Some berry bushes are actually coming to fruition. Yeah, the trees seemingly are doing okay. I wish this was moved over just enough to be able to cover this little bit, but it is what it is. And we are actually starting to eat through our pine resin. That is, that's something. But how are we doing on... We haven't built anything. But yes, we're going to want to build another, like, triple set here. I think twice. Just extend this out. We can even come over here and just build that up platform to handle all that. A drought approaching? Droughts are the worst. And the reason why droughts are the worst is just because... Well, I need logs to power everything. Because we're not going to get any power from this, unfortunately. Now, luckily, we are getting a lot of power from the system that we've already designed. I don't know how much more. If I dynamited that out, I could get probably another one of these in there. But power will be an issue through the drought. Hopefully it is not a long drought. We've been having fairly long droughts, I must say. Oh, I do need to mark all those for destruction as well. Oh, well, I didn't mark you for destruction, so that explains why I can't make it super high priority. Alright, but water is... We're at 8,000. I'm not concerned about that. This is not as great just because the water's so low here. It will help keep this green, even once we've stopped kind of pumping. I could have actually lowered this down a level here, but I didn't. So it is what it is. We haven't had issues as of yet though, so I'm not terribly concerned about all that. And then how are we doing on you? Alright, just needs logs. Everything kind of just needs logs. And research is coming up. We're up to 10,000, which is pretty solid. Not gonna lie. If I got a little more logs in there, I could build that. That requires a bunch of materials. It's always so much. And gears. Gears are actually coming up. We do have enough storage for all the gears that we need. That's a good thing. Planks are starting to come. Okay, so what we really, really want to do, though, is we want to get all this dynamited out. So I want to go to landscaping. Let's get that triple dynamite. Rest in here. Like that. And go to high prioritize all this. And then we just need to destroy this and high prioritize a double there. This will eat a little bit of our extract. We have plenty of explosives though, which is why I don't necessarily care too much. And look, our extract is just, we're fine. Yeah, and we can hold 400 explosives. This is a nothing project for that. We will also need to dynamite out another fluid dump so that we can handle that. Oh, we got a bunch of new beavers born. We have 8 free beds, which is good. Okay, so they finished all that. So let's go ahead and demolish you. And then landscaping, double that one, this, high priority. And I guess we can recover that because we need the logs and everything else. How are we doing here? Okay, that's almost done. That's metal blocks and planks, which we don't have any planks, but we need logs for that. And we have a day until that drought. Things. I hope it's not terribly long. If it's terribly long, it's going to be a slog. It really will be. We could actually get some extra logs out of here because all these grew back. Maybe I do that for now. So I throw a little wood lumberjack flag here. And then, do I have these as cut? I do not. I'll just do that. Yeah, we'll just do 2 more and we'll destroy them once they're done. Okay, they finished all this, so we're going to detonate you. Look at that, and then detonate this. And look, they're already done. That was like 8 logs. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so now what we do... just that. And then we'll just go high prioritize these resources. So now, what I'm thinking is landscaping. We will get triple dynamite here. Like that. Go ahead and high prioritize all of this, and then we will get a farm. Like this. Yes, that looks nice. And then plant crops, we'll get eggplants online. Something like that. And then that will start our eggplant routine. Now what we can do, once we get rid of one of these, drought started, we can still pump through the drought. It's not the end of the world. Obviously these guys will remain open now, just in case water was in here. It should pump accordingly. But we should be able to replace this with a food factory, because food factories are powered, right? And that should help with even more food production to get those eggplant rations online. I can't remember. They're doing corn rations. Corn? We might actually do some corn as well. Algae, we have some. Eggplant requires canola oil and logs. That's fine. Go back to corn rations. Just couldn't remember what it required. And our corn rations themselves, we were getting up there to max availability. Detonate you. Water. And we're going to do a fluid dump right here. Like that. And we'll just do a little bit of this. And I am going to actually change the crop out just a wee bit. Get some corn over here. That is a lot of eggplant, though. Maybe not as much corn. There we go. Even more eggplant. But once that fills in, this will actually green up, which will be nice. I don't know. You can actually get down here, too? Okay. We could even do a little bit of planting down here. Just greens it all up. It depends on what this brings. I think because this is 3 deep, we will actually start water filling that. But we shall see. And the dam... Oh, this was an 8-day drought. Oh, we're going to need to... because these are only 36%. We're going to pause those. And we're going to unpause these. And then that should bring production up, or at least up to 57 on this. I could pause you, because I don't need explosives online. Use 50, it's not the end of the world, 72%. Yeah, it helps. Oh, we could just pause you temporarily. And that gets us up to 88. So we're almost at full capacity. Running our 6 engines. And once we get normal, if it was a bad tide, we would at least have some power to the wheels due to, you know, the bad tide flowing through here. Obviously, the diverter valve handles that upstream. And it would allow us to probably keep this online, keep the happiness up. Because that is going to lower happiness. Unfortunately. But... day, new adventures. Oh, they did finally build that. They are pumping into there, and we are starting to plant. So we do need to see how green this ends up becoming. And obviously with the water lower, we're going to lose some of the crops over there, but the idea is to hopefully preserve the crops here. And this is apparently healthy enough. Water is holding. We are going to run dry here, though. That is not the end of the world. Beavers have showers. Check production. Yeah. And I could actually pause you. That's an extra 120. We have plenty of corn rations. We'll probably do that. That gets you up to 92. Is there anything else that we don't need online? Fermented mushrooms? Oh, we're maxed, so just turn you off right now. And fermented cassavas. Yeah, we're maxed on that too. So just turn all that off. Production's up to 96. Can we turn anything else off? Well, I really don't need you running right now. And that should get us up to 100%. Like it. We can turn things back on, like I said, when we have power, but we at least want the engines to handle most everything. The issue, though, becoming here is we don't have logs. We are starting to get logs here, it seems. Are these guys almost done? Yeah, they're almost growing up. These do have a while to go, though. Oh, no, we do have some 80s. The back half should be coming up. And then over here, 60s, 50s, 19s. Maybe a couple days and we'll get a few of those on as well. But we are getting eggplant online that is all green. Look at that. Now we do need storage for that eggplant, since we do not have it right now. And that is what this is over here. Oh, they did just finish that. So if we just make you, I don't have the resources for it. What I really need to do is just finish this. We are going to just leave it as is for now. You guys will only hold like 20 eggplants or something. But corn, we do have plenty of storage for. We could take that. Algae, we have tons of storage. That's just bad water. Gears is getting up there too, which is really nice. Okay. We got 5 more days, plenty of water. Oh, we actually got this one online. That's beautiful. Well, you know, we have to pause you, unfortunately, just so we can have enough power for the rest of the system. But that'll be a nice little addition. We might actually just destroy the ones down here and leave this one. That's next to a tubeway, which is really nice. And this isn't too far from that tubeway. The path here is only 51, not the end of the world. I do like our little industrial area that we got. And I do like that we built up. The mine, how are we doing on scrap? Scrap? Are we out of scrap? We are out of scrap. Okay, this actually has to come back online. And we're going to do efficient scrap. I did not realize that. We ran out of scrap, so that means you guys... Yeah, you guys are going to run out. Can't believe how many... We have 648 metals. I mean, a lot of it goes into, like, these things. Oh, man, they're actually building all this up. That is have metal blocks. Okay, so the metal blocks are effectively done for all that. Yeah, look at that. Alright, so metal blocks will be good, since these storage containers don't require... Why are you guys building this? Oh no, hold on. These would take higher priority than this, guys, because I would want, if we go ahead and lay out the storage, large industrial piles. Something like this. We can just make you treated planks, treated planks, treated planks, and we'll just do metals. Metals and metals. And then we will get our scaffolding set up over here. Like that. And like this. Get that pathing set up. There we go. So all that's connected, and that's tons more storage for all that. It's the only thing I don't like about the Iron Teeth is the fact that they don't have a lot of that storage. We should be prioritizing this, though. You crazy beavers. Logs are kind of holding, which I'm happy about. We're not always in the zero. In fact, we come up just a wee bit. It's the dam. It really is mainly just this that is the problem. Once this is done, we should be good, and we can finally actually store eggplants, and they're already working on the large warehouse, you fools. Beavers, man. That's scrap. How are we actually doing on scrap coming back? We already have 131. I'm happy about that. So unfortunately that starts to eat a little bit of our treated planks. Not the end of the world. Hopefully with the triple we pretty much get there. Part of the issue is going to be this, the pine resin. It takes, what, one? Yeah, one pine resin for one log. So if you think about this, that's 950 planks that I could have. It's not a lot, considering I need 2,000. Now we are producing some throughout, but it's still probably going to be a bottleneck. And if I remember correctly, the Earth Repopulator actually requires treated planks to get everyone happy. Okay, this actually greened up all that. We could add some more down here, might as well. Oh, it went all the way. So we'll just do that. Just so it looks nicer. We could even get up here if we really wanted to and just dynamite out even more, but I don't necessarily feel the need for that. I really want to see this dam complete though. And it is getting there. We have 2 more days on this drought. Again, we are okay on water. We have 6,000 water. I can't pump anymore though, which is a little bit of an issue. But in terms of overall water production, we should be okay and not really hurt terribly. Scrap is starting to go in here. Plenty of metal. I could even add more storage up here. I was wondering what to do up here. I don't know right now. All this is actually pretty much full. That's insane. I like that. Well, we should be able to skyrocket and at least get the Earth Repopulator unlocked and placed here once we are done. And they built all of this scaffolding, which is amazing. I love it. Yeah, because it's just 2. But we need these built in order to even start these. And they only require 12 logs, which is not bad, but these require 36. And they require a bunch of planks too. But they are working on this, aren't they? I believe so. We do have logs though, and we should be getting planks. Should. It's the late game on Timberborn, although it's fun, sometimes becomes a little bit of a grind, especially when you start taking on so many projects like we've done. If I had foregone even doing this, right, and not cared about this mega dam structure, we would have probably been done by now in terms of producing everything we needed. We could have even got all the storage up, because we would have had logs to produce everything and run the engines throughout the night. But they're working. Yeah, look at that, another one down. They're working hard. In fact, I should probably just, you know what, we're going to prioritize this. So work, my beavers, work. Do it. That should get a nice conga line of beavers. Something well, they have to go the long route. If I connected it up to here, right, because that's only 46. If I look at that, that's 85. I would have to build a block here, but the problem is this is where the Earth Repopulator is going, so I don't have any room to get by, as you see here. That's actually the perfect place for it. I could have just built a 5, but I built a 6. And look, they already got all this storage. You crazy beavers. How many days does it take for an eggplant to be harvested? 12 days, and then we get 3. That's not too shabby, and we are going to be able to turn everything back on shortly. With a new day arrives, we do have water once again. So we are going to unpause you, Unpause everything. It'll take a hot sec. If I look at the capacity, we only run at 50-ish% with everything on and no water. That's not that bad, actually, with all the engines being powered. We probably could just leave them running all the time, especially once this dam is built. Water starts to return. We only went down to 5,600, so we lost about 2,500, so we have plenty of water to handle ourselves, at least for an 8-day drought. This corn does have a little ways to go. We do have more storage for metal. How much storage do we have right now? 1,600 and 1,440. Okay. Well, yep, they're starting to build this. It just needs logs, and then they'll start working on that storage, and that will just up our storage, hopefully over the threshold that we need. Power is starting to come back. Network does require things, but these guys are running full steam ahead. So every hour, we're getting about 30, which is quite a lot of science every hour, considering we're not doing anything. They just run, and it's really nice how they run through the night. Once you get these number crunchers, they are big and they do require power, you're kind of set for research. But we're trying to really push towards this science factor right now, and look, we can support so much. That's amazing. Oh, we're getting a bunch of logs that are, oh, this whole thing popped off. Excellent. So we get tons of logs over here. I could even build more scaffolding there. So that's going to have an influx there. We're getting logs there. That's good. And any more logs? Probably over here somewhere. 30s. Over here? Yeah, these guys are going to pop off soon. So, well, we are getting some pop-offs. Look at that. So we should actually get a decent wood influx, and that should help finish this out. They are working quite hard on it. Food-wise, these mangrove fruits are not really doing the job. We eat them so fast. This is it was helpful early game. Don't get me wrong, this helped feed the smaller population, but with such a large population, it's kind of eh. Have we even gotten any? No eggplants yet. Obviously no rations. We still have probably 3 days on that. And yeah, we're at least getting a bunch of science. But our beaver injuries are once again up to 10, which is not ideal. We do have beavers to support all that though, so I'm okay for now. These actually really annoy me, these oaks. I wish we could destroy them, but we can't. We'd have to destroy the tubeway. At least partially. How much power do we have being produced? 5,000. Okay, so we're actually slightly meeting demand with everything. The problem is these guys require 500 horsepower. Okay, we hit the 6,000 range. Right, why are you guys different? Oh no, it's just fluctuating. But yeah, once we get rid of 2 of these, once we have that research, this is only 120, so that drops us down like an 800 horsepower need, which also means that these guys can probably run a lot better. This is 600 horsepower as well. It's kind of nuts. But full-on production is happening. We should be eating through a bunch of stuff. I am starting to get concerned about the pine resin, but that's just me. We should be able to see this dam be complete fairly quickly. I mean, look at that. They just build blocks like there's nobody's business. 13,000. We built all of the storage, so let's check our storage capacities. We have enough for that, and we effectively have enough for that. What I could do is just take one of these and make it treated planks, or move something else somewhere, because we do have the scrap is coming up. Yeah, we could move one of them. See all the storage. I love the tab how you can be like, this is all my goods. And we're still not running this guy. I could get rid of him. He's just there in case some beaver gets dirty somehow. At this point, that should never happen. But you never know. And look at that, we're almost up to 1,400. That's insane. Why do we have so many beaver injuries? 9? We should have enough beds, I would think. Because there's all... Yeah, I have spare beds over here. These are not empty. Sorry, these are empty, rather. So I shouldn't be concerned about that. We might be getting into another housing issue. If I'm just looking at this, I have a 1 bed available. We'll have to see. Room for housing is becoming tight, mind you. We could say move you here, so it still does that. And I think if I go to housing itself and look at you, that would fit there. And that holds 5. Oh, look, I'm going to have to do it. All right, so decorations, go ahead and get this plant here. And destroy that. Housing. It's only 180, so I'm not terribly concerned about it. We'll go ahead and do that. And then let's just do a little bit of that. We have the logs. How many logs does this even need? You require just 20. That's not bad. We want a little bit of a surplus. And look, we have all the houses in here. We're almost pushing those 1,000 metal blocks. And once we have the metal blocks surplus, which we are getting, again, very close to, it'll start to be depleted, and we don't really use metal blocks for anything other than this massive project. So we can start converting some of the storage that we use for metal blocks into something else, like treated planks or normal planks if that starts to become an issue. We can have 720 of them, so that's not that bad. Oh man, look at all these trees. I love the trees. Trees. These trees are going to pop up too. Yep, there we go. Trees galore. Once I start building this last one, I am going to pause this. We might get a little flooding over there, but they are working pretty darn fast, I have to say. And it will cause a temporary pause in our power production. We do have the bad water, though, so it is not the end of the world. We're producing way too much at night. One of the things I do wish we had is the ability to have day-night cycle priority setting. So I could set, right, because I know I have power, right, throughout the night, but I'm not running anything else. I wish I could just turn these off during the night and they would auto turn on during the day. The devs never listen to me. That would be something that I think everyone would love, to have that extra layer of what do you want to do, and build all the logic gates. Kind of like when you do Minecraft, you're like, oh, the redstone, I can do whatever I want. All right, we're almost going to get our first eggplants as well, which is crazy. Yeah. We are getting corn already, which is great, because that only requires 10 days. That should help. Yep, the corn is on the rise, it seems. It was 600 before, and we are still running this food factory, so I think we've reached over the capacity mark for corn, which means I don't need to be planting anymore. We now have eggplants, which should be becoming all the way over here to there. Now, something I probably should do. Question is, how do we do it? I think what we do is I want a tube station over here. So I would have to destroy you. And the reason we want the tube station is because, well, it helps. Or actually, once I finish the dam here, which that's done. They're working on that. So we're gonna go ahead and do, once we start the new day, we'll do this because they should be able to build that up. So we're gonna do auto open, auto close. These guys are just They should be open all the time because we'll never achieve that. Let's go ahead and just do this. And then, so we should see this closed, and then open. But water should start to be filling up because of that. And you can see here it is. Can you guys beat the growth? So far, so good. Yeah, but we're going to want to, because right now, if I look at this, that's 60. 60 is quite a long way. I could get a tube-way connected up here. Build on top of this, actually. That could be cool. Oh yeah, look at that. And it floods. Alright, so we're just going to open you. The system will work, though. It will work. But if we do this... something like that, and then we get tubeways. I will have to temporarily destroy you, unfortunately. And then pathing, I want this there. You, high prioritize that. Come over here. Something like you. Do we want to build it higher? It shouldn't. I would have to move these up a level. It's okay. Let's try that again. We might have enough. They should also start to build all of this structure here, which they are. You can see the scaffolding's already in. And then we'll go ahead and destroy this and get this just to come around. So now you can go all the way there, and then this could be taken all the way up to here much quicker than walking all the way down here, all the way over here, all the way over here into that one just to get up there. If that's the path that they take, I don't know. And you guys are on auto, right? Yep. Yep, auto closed, and we should start to see water is rising. Especially if we do that. Yep, you can see it's all the way up there. So I think our dam project is complete. Once we put in those, we should be good. Now the question is, how much do we flood with all that? And I didn't want to go over the berry bushes. That's why we did what we did. Let's actually destroy that. And the reason is it's dead, and it's not going to be replanted. But I think if you just kind of leave them be, it's kind of fine. So we're starting to see a little bit of the interactions that are going on. There we go. So now this can just be, should be able to be set to that, and then it will just dump water accordingly. And so because of that, can I build? I can't build up here because I need to destroy the pathing. Like that. So now we can do a tube station here, and then just get some tube pathways like that. So now once that gets built, that should drop considerably. Oh, we can even plant over here. So let's get some more plants, more eggplants. Just do a little bit of that. And that's already almost done. Okay, we almost have 1,000 of the metal blocks there. That's good. This is working amazingly well. And they're starting to build up. Now these do require a metal block, but it is not the end of the world. And we have another tube station online. Helps to make things a bit faster. Scrap, we are good on scrap once again. So we could probably pause that if we wanted to help with the injuries. Metal blocks, we're almost at 1,000 as well. Alright, so now the push. And wood should start to come up. We have planks, but wood should start to, with trees coming online. I know we just went through this whole debacle, and it's going to take a while for those to come back. But if we start to look, yeah, this section should come online. These have a little while as well. But that big push did help us. Out of logs once again. But we do need that pine resin, which is coming down, and we did hit that 1,000 mark, which is good. We'll be turning the corner soon. Doop doop. Oh, they did both at the same time? Excellent. I just want to green this, or make the path a lot better, because this is a ways to go. And the farther your beavers have to go, more injuries generally ensue. So now if we, once they build this one, we can see it drop to 34. Rather than 60 something, we saved 30 steps for the beavers, which is nuts. I mean, that's even farther away. But now they'll take that. We'll start to get, yep, eggplant storage is online, so we are getting most of the food up. We are at 18,000, so another day or so. And we should have enough to unlock the Earth Repopulator. And then we should, with the mega dam structure complete. We have a lot of water storage, which is nice. We could now actually even get like an additional pump out here if we wanted to. Just because this is so fast, we could get a pump up here for this. Be like, I'm always pumping. But that wouldn't last very long. It's not very deep unless I actually dynamited it out. How are we doing? Corn should be... yeah, corn is coming up, I'm pretty sure. Coffee beans are fine. Cassavas are fine. Plenty. 10,000 food. Berries, good. They're coming up. I'm liking the berry situation. And water is... oh. Are you coming up or not? You are. It's just slow. But with this, which should be able to pump through droughts and things. I almost wish there was an automated pump where you could, well, technically there is. I could build beaver bots, and with said beaver bots, you could just be like, haha, do your thing. Oh, we could build over here too. These are kohlrabi seedlings. Just fill all that out. We're even getting metal scrap and metal blocks all the way over there. These aren't really needed, per se. And what are we at? Almost 19? Almost 19. I think another day or two will have enough. I think I'll keep this one online. Like I said, though. Yeah, we'll just instantly delete these. We'll build food factories. Yeah, food factories sound nice. We do have 8 beds. Oh, there's the little house. Look at that. Haha. Got some old beavers. Alright, let's actually look at their happiness. Injuries, yes, that's a problem. We're taking... this is what we're working towards. The eggplant rations and algae rations. Campfires? I could build another campfire. I didn't think about a campfire. I have to find room for it. Earth Repopulator, and then... oh, yeah, I should get all these things as well. Maybe we replace some of this with that. I still want the food factory, mind you, but the dance hall... where could I put the dance hall? Oh no. Did I like completely block myself in? I don't really have a lot of room unless I build more massive scaffolding projects. Which we could. I'm not opposed to it. In fact, let's do it. So if we come here, that, no, it needs to be this. So I can grab you like that, and then we can do that. So by doing that, we have now a bunch more stuff. So if I go to well-being, that requires power. Wind tunnel. Exercise plaza does not require power. And actually, pause. We're going to just delete these. The reason is we can save a little bit if we just go to a 5, just due to the size of it. It's only 400, that's not going to break the bank. Build you, get a little bit of pathing in here. Like that. I heard the bell for a hot sec. Yeah, we should be able to unlock all that stuff today. But yeah, the wind tunnel, I forgot about those things. Those are nice. Ooh, we could. What's the length up here? 52? That's not bad. Actually, we could just build... How big are these? The detailer... You know what we're going to do? We're going to delete this. And we're going to come into here. And we're going to get this detailer. Because it goes... we're not going to do that right now. Once we have the Earth Repopulator unlocked, we can do that. You also a lot, but how big are you? Must be built on ground floor. Okay, what about wind tunnel? Oh, wind tunnel can come up here. That'd actually be really cool. But we should replace maybe this one with the wind tunnel. We'll have to figure out how that power situation will work. Alright, how much do we have? Alright, another night should be good. Are they already? Hold on. No, they're not. I was like, are they already building that? It was because I was in construction mode. But this is only 46, so that should get some beaver well-being up, makes them work harder, everything else. We have so much storage. Oh, we have so many fermented mushrooms as well. Did I just see a homeless beaver for a hot sec? Or am I crazy? I'm probably crazy, but you never know. We can rewatch the video. Alright, what else do we have? Come on. Yep, should be ready today. So definitely want you. Not enough science. Maybe, yeah, no, we should be able to unlock it today because with like 4 hours to get the couple hundred that we need. Yeah. And then we can start focusing on getting that detailer, because that will make beavers happy, as well as other things. This will be the new massive project, which we did just unlock, so let's go ahead and get that down. Yes. So that is going to be the resource dump. So because of that, we can leave this setup running for maybe a day or so just to get the required science to get these things. How big is this? That is massive. And it requires power. I don't know about the motivarium, or whatever this thing is. I like how fast the research is going to climb, though. And this should help with well-being. Yeah, planks, logs, metal blocks. Metal blocks, we actually almost have 1,000. Here we're over the 1,000 mark, that's good. I can probably pause the mine again. Just pause that. We have tons of scrap, not too concerned about that. Glad we unlocked this. And they're already putting all the resources in. We actually have enough gears already, and a drought's approaching. Not great, but not the end of the world. Logs should be coming up, like I said. It's 3 days to that drought. We do have logs coming in. We do have these engines roaring. And during the drought, we can just simply turn off a bunch of the things that we don't need, especially the science we're not going to need. And we'll actually probably, during that drought, convert at least these two out into something else. Definitely the food factory. This needs to be one of those items. problem is this is also a pivot point here, as you can see, to provide power up and down, so that will require a little bit of nuance to fix. So I don't want to completely break everything, but we want to leave a little bit open for potentially like another press, which we don't really need right now. Canola seeds should be fine on, right? There they are. Yeah, we got more than enough, and we're maxed out on oil because we're not really using it for this. My algae is coming up. In fact, if I come into here, since I have so many mushrooms, you are algae. You will switch over to algae. Actually, you're almost done. We'll swing back around once that kind of goes low. Then we'll switch that to algae just to get the algae produced. Because yeah, we have tons of fermented mushrooms. Because this thing just eats them. But having one online, we'll have to probably balance things out. Water is fluctuating a little bit, which is slightly concerning to me. We don't really have room for another pump unless I destroy these right here and make another path, which we could. We have beavers available. And this is coming up. Alright, how much science do we have? We have over 1,000. That's excellent. So if I come into here and I get well-being, I definitely want that wind tunnel, which is not that much resources. Build you right there. And then the next thing would be the detailer. And once this detailer is done, which it should be done shortly, we're going to just drop down to a single one. So it's actually going to be before this drought. But I do like the massive waterfall we've made. And this one they should just be auto-closed once this is running. But during the drought, we should see this shut off because the water level dropped, and then this go to maintenance mode to just help preserve pumping. And this should help through that drought. We are actually eating up our metals because of what I did here. That always requires 10 metals. And wood is, once again, the bane of our existence. We do have so much wood available. The problem is I keep doing projects that require so many logs or so many planks. And that's why you see I don't have anything. How are we doing on that pine resin? 800? That's not great. Scrap is okay. I paused this, so we should be fine there. This should be being made at some point. We are still producing gears. Look at them build. What percentage is that? That's 0%. I love it. We have nearly 600 resources in there, and it's at 0%. If I high prioritize that, they'd stop like doing all this stuff. How does that one need? Oh, that one just needs a few logs and it's done. And then we can build that, which should make them work even harder and faster. Oh, we do have the detailer, or rather we have enough science for the detailer, so let's go ahead and plop you in. Right there, yes. And this, we'll just go with that cool design. Why not? So now what we want to do, destroy that. And then we're going to destroy this. Now that all stops, which is a problem. So what we need to do, pick up all these resources, and we're also going to destroy you. And this is also a way we didn't high prioritize certain things. Food factory, oil press, food factory. Boom, like that. And then let's get our power situation set back up. Like so. So we could actually have some more detailers here, which we probably should. Detailer, something like that. And let's go ahead and prioritize that. So the power network's back up. You can be that one, and you can be this one. Why not? And then let's also prioritize all of these resources. So that really cuts down my power usage as well. So if I look at my power, That's still actually running at 100%. Well, then again, we're not running half the network because everything's down. That needs the planks. And this just needs the logs. Alright, we are getting some logs. Hopefully everything goes into here. Perfect. That's set up. Just need you. Okay. We are starting to get some power into the system, just because this is half of it. These engines over here. How long is this drought? 8 days? That's a decently long drought. We'll go ahead and pause you. And I don't need you up and running, so we're going to pause you. You are now online. You're going to make eggplant rations. Okay, so the question is, what do we want to build here? When we checked for well-being, this guy kinda doesn't fit. Like, everything is in the way. I'd have to build, like, destroy both of these, build some scaffolding and everything else. And actually, you know what? I'm going to destroy this. Because I don't need that. Get some decorations, because I just realized I have, that is full. So we have more than enough to handle anything for that. So now you are producing, power should be solid. What do we do in production? 78% is not bad for just turning off the two things. Probably just leave it there, because having lower production on, say, treated planks will help. You guys finally at 2%. Exercise plaza is coming up. But we do need the planks. I was thinking about making this just production up here, but I'm really liking this wind tunnel design. Oh, I paused it. Don't pause, we want to play the game. But anywho, that is going to do it for today. So we have expanded out our farming over here. We've actually gotten enough signs to unlock our Earth Repopulator. And now we've even replaced and gotten more food production. So we should start to see here, we're getting eggplant rations. And this might warrant, if we look at things, we might need to get more canola online. Now this, how far do you reach? You do reach over here, so we could make that green with something. Either more trees or whatnot. Maybe not trees, but bushes could be helpful. Especially because you guys can reach over there. But we need to figure out what we want to do. If you have an idea what I should do in this little corner, just leave a suggestion. I could even build another engine, at least. There's a 3x3 spot. This gets in the way of another one. But we are doing okay. Power. Oh, it's because the engines are stopping. Yep. That's a problem. It's not really a problem. Because power is not the end of the world. And this is almost completely drained. Really? That really didn't buy us too much. It is doing, you know, doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Do I have the... Where is it? Water? Stream gauge? Oh, I can't even put it that deep. I can put it down here. But, eh. Oh, I'm overfilling that. Okay, that's not good. We need to actually probably lower this a little bit more. We'll do it to there. We're wasting water. That's part of the issue. But anywho, that'll do it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, but I will catch you at the next one. Dr. Munchkin, signing out.